Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Trails of Cold Steel Part 11. In the previous video we finished off our first day of the field study and now we're on the start of the second day. Apparently the Grand Market was... shut up, Elliot. Just look at his eyes, man. How can you look at these eyes and not just see the cold, callous... Like, this man would watch you drown with a smile. Elliot's a stone cold killer.
I've got this.
Absolutely. I mean, just his eyes. Imagine that's the last thing you see before you die.
My turn.
Terrifying. What was I saying? I don't know, before you interrupted me. We're supposed to be investigating the market? Seems like something's happening at the Grand Market. Yeah, because it got stolen from. Let's go check it out. Ah, how sorrowful. Worry not, though, for I shall find their lost fragments of love. Feel free to fall for me, for it is only natural. Okay, you don't have anything else to say? There's been a robbery. That's terrible, but what's even more terrible is the Grand Market being unable to open. This might spell trouble. Smell trouble? Spell trouble. Hey, why won't the Grand Market open up? I can't hold back my desire to see Honey again much longer. Oh, baby, all these people means I got a chance to sell big. Come on, people, I got some news for you all right here. Grab the latest issue of the Imperial Chronicle while you can. Don't expect it to have anything about the Grand Market, though. Gotta wait till the next chapter for that. That's, quite the sales pitch. Unbelievable. I came to buy some milk for breakfast and the market's closed? Well, I gather the market will be unable to open today. Well, I suppose the silver lining is that I don't have to spend so much money. I'm not entirely sure why this is happening, but who am I to argue with silver linings? Excuse me, what's the meaning of this? Why won't the market open? Someone needs to fix this up quickly. My silk is waiting for me. Sorry, the Grand Market didn't quite open for business yet. Oh, it's students from yesterday. Good morning. Opening late today, after all, I see. Right, so, guess you already know about the robbery yesterday, huh? 2 merchants whose stalls were destroyed are still arguing about it. You bastard! Is it the two who were arguing earlier, I presume? You're not gonna get away with this! Oh no, not them. The manager came to try and break them up, but he doesn't seem to be having much luck. I hope no one ends up getting hurt. What should we do, Reen? Maybe we could try talking to them? Considering everything that's happened yesterday, you might just be the cavalry we need right now. Would you mind? Not at all. Let's go. Come on, just let him box, man. Let him settle it the old-fashioned way. How dare you destroy my stall, you damned coward! I knew you country folk weren't to be trusted. Who else could it have been? Just come clean and admit it already. Who are you calling a coward, you Dollarian slob? Dollarian slob? Yeah, I guess that's about right. Just because I don't know English doesn't mean you can make fun of me, sir. You're the one who wanted my spot for all for yourself. Calm down, gentlemen, please. Playing all innocent, trying to paint me as the bad guy here. You make me sick. Why do you say we settle this here? Right here now. Bring it on. Hold it. Class 7. You kids again? Keep your nose out of this. I'm gonna make him pay for smashing my stall. So, smashing? I mean, the rich guy has no incentive to smash the other dude's stall, I don't think. Well, I guess if he wanted to keep his spot all to himself, but it makes more sense for the other guy to have smashed the rich guy's stall as revenge, but I think both are innocent here, of course. Wow, they really are completely ruined. This is awful. However, harming one another is not going to bring them back. In the end, they will still be smashed and you will be worse off. But this anger isn't going to go away unless I do something. He took all my goods too, so I haven't even got anything to sell. What are you talking about? You were the one who stole my goods. And you're gonna give them all back right now and fix the damage you did to my stall, or else I can't be held responsible for my actions. This isn't good. I don't think they're even listening to a word we're saying. What do we do? Stop this at once. The provincial army? What? What is the meaning of this? It's the middle of the morning. Stop this nonsense immediately. But I believe you are the one in charge here. I demand an explanation as to what has transpired. Well, you see, the market manager explained to the provincial army officer what had happened the previous night. I see. The solution is simple then. Men, take them away. Yes, sir. What? What do you mean, take us away? 2 stalls were destroyed, 2 sets of goods were stolen. The truth is as clear as day. 2 merchants in the midst of a heated disagreement committed the same crime at the same time. But that's not fair, Do you not think it is premature to draw such a conclusion without any investigation? The provincial army doesn't have time to waste solving petty squabbles of merchants. But I'm not an unreasonable man. Cease your dispute and you'll be left alone. Continue and you will come with us. The choice is yours. I'm trying to force both merchants to forget the whole thing ever happened. Sweep the whole ordeal under the rug. Yeah, something about this seems really wrong. Very good then. I'm sure you can agree that wasting time on shenanigans like this is detrimental to all parties involved. I hope you'll think twice before causing such a ruckus ever again. Now, if you'll please excuse us, I'm a busy man, and I've got more pressing matters to attend to, like figuring out how to play this damn Blades card game. Seriously, I keep losing to my men. They're all gonna laugh at me at this rate. Here they go. Well, I guess they did stop those 2 from fighting, but they did nothing to solve the underlying problem. This isn't right. I see now how the provincial army here conducts itself. Eustace, your dad's being a dick. I'm sure you're both still pretty angry about this, but right now the 2 of you need to focus on keeping cool-headed. If you have the time to fight, try and use that time for something more productive instead. You'll feel a lot better. Yeah, I shouldn't have let my anger take control of me like that. Can't open the Grand Market for business until we've cleaned up these busted stalls. And we're already running late, so I hate to ask, but would you all mind lending me a hand? Market Manager Otto, with assistance from the merchants at the market, cleared away the remains of the 2 stalls. And with the help of Reen and the others on top of that, the Grand Market was finally able to open for the day, albeit behind schedule. Thanks to you 4, we were able to open the Grand Market for business today a bit quicker than I expected. I can't even begin to tell you all how grateful I am. Oh, there's no need for that. We barely did anything. I'm just glad no one got hurt. All the more reason to thank you. The merchant's stall is his livelihood. Any action taken against it can throw him into a blind rage, and it's hard to bring someone back from that. It would seem the problems facing the merchants in this town are quite grave indeed. The provincial army may have intervened, but it's difficult to believe they'd make no attempts to find an amicable solution. Quite right. It's even clearer than ever now that they have no intention of trying to resolve any issues involving the market. And I can't see that changing unless we decide to just accept the sales tax increase and keep quiet about it. Still, you'd think they'd at least be a bit more subtle about the whole thing. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they're the ones who smashed the stalls. Or, like, paid someone to do it or something. There's no way those 2 merchants are just going to accept this and move on. No, I don't suppose they will. And if word gets out about this, it's not just inconceivable for certain groups of people to begin boycotting the marketplace. Something definitely has to be done, I'm just not sure what. Is something wrong, Green? You're awfully quiet. Are you feeling unwell? Sir, I have a favor to ask. Would you consider allowing us to investigate this morning's incident? What? Are you suggesting that we attempt to find the perpetrator who destroyed the merchant stalls ourselves? It's a kind offer, but as I said yesterday, this is our affair, not yours. You're students, you have your own studies to worry about, and I wouldn't feel right interfering with them. We don't learn nothing anyway. We're students training for the military, though. We can't just stand by and allow something so unjust to go unchallenged. It's the Provincial Army's responsibility to address this, sure, but they're shirking their duties here, and that reflects poorly on all of us. Well, that's true enough, I guess. But do you really think we're up for something like this? I kind of have to wonder about that too. I mean, at the end of the day, we're just amateurs. I mean, maybe you are. We should at least check with Instructor Sarah first and see what she thinks. Yeah, I'll just hop on a train to Parm real quick. She's already told us. Put your heads together and think, and I'm sure you'll see what you need to do. Her words. This seems like exactly the sort of thing she meant. At least it does to me. Oh. That's going to be the twist. Sarah smashed the stalls in order to get us to work together and anime friendship and all that. I see your point. Perhaps matters such as this may fall under the scope of our field study after all. Yeah, you do make a good case. I'm still not sure we're up to it, but I guess it can't hurt to try. Neither seek nor shun the fight. Very well, we shall do what we can. Are you really sure about this? I mean, I'm certainly not going to say no. I'm very concerned about the market and the safety of our merchants. So if you're 100% sure, I'd have to admit I would truly appreciate anything you could do for us. Thank you, sir. We'll do everything in our power to find answers for you. Just be careful. Don't go seeking out trouble. I don't want you kids being put in any danger. We're dealing with a criminal who acts under the cover of night. He may be capable of a lot more than just thievery and vandalism. Remember, I'm responsible for your safety. If anything were to happen to you, I couldn't even look Van Dyke in the eye anymore. We'll be careful, we promise. I know I will, at least. I probably need to be more careful than anyone else here. Oh, what are you talking about, Elliot? You're the best character in combat, kind of. Your craft is unbelievably overpowered. Now that that's settled, we should act quickly. I mean, it's not really overpowered, at least in the context of the mod. It's necessary for survival, is maybe a better way to put it. Yeah, let's get this investigation started. So first things first, we need to decide where to start investigating. The logical starting point would be the Grand Market itself, the scene of the crime. Can't argue with that. We should probably get statements from those two merchants before anything else. Indeed, I anticipate they've calmed themselves by now, so perhaps we can get something a bit more substantial from them. We still have to ascertain their innocence or guilt in this matter as well. We'll need to keep a close eye on the time, though. If we miss the last train towards Heimdallr, we'll have no way of getting back to the academy today. Plus, we've been given other tasks too, and I'd really like to get them done. In short, we need to keep moving. Our deadline is 9 p.m. Let's use every minute we have to accomplish everything we possibly can. Understood. You bet. Alright. And by that, we will talk to every person in this town. I almost bumped into some of those soldiers from the provincial army as they were coming out of the guardhouse. My heart almost stopped for a moment when I realized they were here. Just seeing them annoys me, though. They act so important that they sit around doing nothing. What is it? They happen to be rather busy, so unless you need something, I suggest you get lost. Okay, so like when I play my Bolt card, it's going to deactivate the card that you just played, and then when I play Mirror, it will, get it, because they're practicing the card game in there. That's the joke. My shriek's all gone. Someone, anyway, give me some mirror. This poor old drunk needs some mirror. I got 10. Someone, anyone. If you don't, then I'm gonna cry. These weird old guys been hanging about outside the house for a while now. He reeks of drink too. I tried asking Mommy's why you're there, but she wouldn't tell me. Provincial army directly serves the province's ruling lord, so let's take it out of the. It's out of the question for them to take our side. On the contrary, they start yelling at us even for getting close to them. Things like that make me worry for my child. I hope he doesn't do anything to anger them. So what are our quests again? A monster on West Celtic Highway, and a lost wallet from Lizzie. Well, let's probably do the wallet first. Probably wallet, monster, main story is going to be the order we tackle this in. Didn't manage to sell that much this morning after all. Man, why does trouble always happen when I'm getting in the way of me making Mira? A busy market's the best thing for business. Hard to believe just how bad things have been for the grand market these past few days. I'm worried about how this will affect the customer turnout. At the very least, I hope they're able to catch the culprit. You're the same we just talked to you? Yes, Reen. Run like the wind, buddy boy. Mom got real mad at me, so yeah, sorry about yesterday. Promise you won't pull any stuff like that anymore, okay? I'll forgive you if you do that. Yeah, promise. Here, take this too. It's real special to me, so you know I'm being serious. I've been through too much thanks to Jake and his pranks. These country kids are such bullies. Damn it, I bet it was her who told my mom. Two can play at that game. What? I was told that Jake and Susie aren't a good match for each other, but that's silly. Getting along with each other is so much better. I think they'll become friends one day. That's why I told Mommy about what Jake did to her yesterday. Ah. Supposed to be a secret, though. Haha. I got the deets, man. I got the deets. There's lots of new things these days that have made life easier for everyone, like orbital phones and trains. We old folk, however, are much more thankful for Father Zerbel and his willingness to always lend us an ear. This isn't something everyone's willing to do nowadays, after all. Discord has been on the rise here in Celtic for a while now. Man, remember back in the days of TeamSpeak? But now it's all Discord, Discord, Discord. That's all you hear. I have attempted to make appeals to Duke Alvarea, but to no avail. It truly is saddening to see cases such as this morning's occur. Adios and all their compassion wishes for us to all be at peace with one another. As such, cases such as this morning's case are truly saddening. Is that saddening? You won't discuss what's happening with me though? He just tells me to focus on Sunday school. I did notice he was getting letters from Archbishop Amon quite often at one point. Perhaps that has something to do with it? Expecting a current increase in conflicts. Okay. Everyone's done gone crazy. They put lead in the water in Erebonia, so everyone's all mad and aggressive. That's the explanation. Are we going in here? Wait. You say you have a dot, but we don't have a quest from you, do we? Oh no, yeah, yes, I forgot. You have to actually talk to people about the quest stuff now, the monster quests. Excuse us, would you mind giving us some details about that monster you wanted exterminated? Not at all. The provincial army did say that they would handle it, but they don't exactly seem to be in a hurry to do so. That's why we had to request that all of you take care of it instead. My apologies for that. It's perfectly fine, don't worry about it. Just what sort of monster is it then? From what I've heard, it seems to be a massive avian monster. It appeared last night, supposedly. Worse still, it appeared right in the middle of the highway and is blocking any passage through it. As such, we really do need this to be taken care of quickly. As for its specific location, you'll find it by heading west once you've left town. It's apparently situated itself on a stone bridge located on the way to Heimdallar. Got it. We'll take care of it as fast as possible. Okay. Each and every single mirror he collects represents the hard work put in by the merchants here. It must be paining his heart to have to collect all that due to unfair taxes. Both myself and Otto were once merchants, so we understood just what others are going through at the moment, or we understand. Otto himself must feel terrible having to collect that tax money. No intention of doing anything until we accept the tax increases. We'll have to handle the situation ourselves. Good luck. Do remember to proceed with caution, however. Who knows what kind of criminal we're dealing with. Oh yeah, there was that guy in white that we saw right when we got here. Because I was going to say, I feel like we haven't actually seen anyone suspicious yet. But yeah, that dude with the white coat, whose face we couldn't see. He was kind of dressed like Blue Blanc a little bit. That guy. So let's go talk to Wallet Lady. Going for a drink at the end once we close up shop is a custom here, you see. So I didn't see the culprit and I couldn't tell you if anyone else did either. I have to admit that I feel for those two, even if their bickering did mean the market opened late. Excuse me, would you happen to be Lizzie? That's correct. Does that make you students from Thor's who the market manager said would be coming then? Yep, that's us. We came to see about the request you sent in. Could you please explain the situation to us in full? Of course, I happened to come across someone's wallet by my store yesterday, you see. I kept it with me in the hopes that they would come to pick it up, but no one's come to claim it. As such, I'd like you all to ask for its help in delivering it back to its owner. Would you be able to do that for me? Sure. We'd be happy to help. Thank you. Here's the wallet that I found then. We'll be sure to take good care of it. Alright, how much is in here? What can we buy with it? I assume you've already inspected the contents? I did indeed. Unfortunately, there wasn't anything inside that could help identify the owner. What exactly was inside it anyway? Well, naturally there was mirror in it. Like a lot of mirror. This isn't some chump change you're talking about. Maybe the nobles? The only other thing there was a train ticket to Heimdall that's scheduled for tonight. Sounds like the owner is a fairly well-off traveler then. There's not much we can do with that if that is our lead though. I believe the train ticket is potentially our best lead. Yeah, but what should we do with it? Should we go and ask the station? Yeah, consider it's for a train that leaves tonight. I imagine the owner is frantically searching for it. Which means they might have already been to the station themselves to ask about it. Let's head over to the station then. Sorry for the trouble. I'm counting on you and all this though. After entering the station, they asked about whether or not there had been any inquiries in regard to lost property. Ah, yes, there was an inquiry. The wallet seems to match the description we received too. Can I ask when the inquiry was made? I believe it was this morning. A young lady came in a panic, claiming that she was at a complete loss without her wallet and its contents. From what I could tell, she seemed to have been traveling alone too. Okay, a lady traveling alone. There was that lady in our room? Or that at the inn? I get what she'd be in a panic then. Did you say anything else that could lead us to her? She mentioned something about returning to the inn to do a thorough check, if I recall correctly. It's the Weathercock right down the street. You can't miss it. How convenient. We happen to be staying there ourselves. Okay, let's go ask Margot. Yeah, because I remember there was that lady in the room next to ours that, she was kind of like a noble. Can I just, like, find her and talk to her myself? Wait, really? The price of rice going down? Indeed, the commotion this morning ended up affecting everyone's trades. Because of that, the price of rice dropped. This is bad, really bad. This affects our trade too. Well, you did sign a contract, so I'm afraid you'll have to buy it off you at the current price. Or buy it off us at the current... I can't believe this. Or we'll have to buy it off you at the current price? Yeah, because I guess she's selling it and he's buying it. Market prices can be influenced by almost anything, so it's always important that you pay attention to what's going on. My hard work paid off in the end, basically. Oh, glad that market managed to open up after all. Managed to sell my veggies at the same price as usual too. Life ain't easy for the merchants though, especially with all them tax increases. Got a feel for the merchants. These tax increases have got me all worried too. Welcome, hello there, sorry, but things are a bit hectic right now. We've got 4 whole customers, I guess 5 actually. Margot's taking orders right now, but so she's the one you want to talk to if you need anything. Key to being a successful merchant is having the ability to predict what's to come. That makes sense. What I want to know is how exactly one can do that. I know. You have sat and listened to my tales, so now it's time for me to impart this great wisdom upon you. First, you must close your eyes. Then you must pray. Is this really gonna work? Don't rush things now. While praying, use your right hand to flip Louisa's skirt like this. York, stop tricking poor travelers into listening to your silly stories. I'll ask Margot to kick you out to keep it up, okay? Oh, you're as sharp as ever. What's a little sexual harassment between friends? I've been had. This guy doesn't know anything. I came all the way out here for nothing. I bet this is Audius's way of telling me to watch out for guys like him. It's a lesson I'll never forget. Oh, Louise, your retorts get sharper and sharper as the years go by. She was so innocent when she first started working here, too. It's amazing how people can change over time. Yeah, wow. She got used to being constantly harassed. We definitely have more customers than usual today. It's nice for us, but I don't really like the idea of the Grand Market being empty either. Anybody up here? Nope. Let's just talk to Lady. Hey there, something the matter? Do you have a moment? There's something we'd like to ask you. Anybody seen a wallet or want a wallet? Oh, you're looking for Annabelle. Bad timing though, she just left. That's unfortunate. But we have a name now at least, that makes life a lot easier. True, all that's left now is to actually meet with her. You mentioned she'd be searching the rest area in the Grand Market next, so you'll want to head there. Make sure you return it to her, okay? We will, let's go. I'll be right back, 1 second. Alright, I'm back. What were we doing? We're looking for the Annabelle lady in the Grand Market. Now, I don't really want to talk to the people, but hopefully it won't, like, proc us enough if I walk near them. Looks like you have to actually talk to them, though, so we can just avoid them for now. Alright, the Grand Market managed to get started fine, thanks to the lot. Oh, we really do owe you one. There's nearly as many customers as usual, but well, no worries. There's plenty we can do to fix things now that the market's actually open. Let's say healthy liquor? Highly nutritious? Yeah, I'm gonna hit you with a bit of a debate on that description, but just a little pushback against the idea of healthy liquor that is highly nutritious. It's sad when you say that the provincial army's been acting like that for quite a while now. Part of me believes they may have actually enjoyed causing trouble for us merchants. What a pain in the ass. That bothers me even more than the tax increase if I'm perfectly honest. We have no money. What am I looking at? I can't believe someone would actually go out of their way to destroy one of the stalls here. Nothing much was done about it either. I don't think any of us here appreciate the attitude with which it was handled. If this was back where I come from, the bracers of the army would have come and sorted it out. Well, you got high schoolers. Does that make you feel better? Looking at all these cute plush dolls makes you realize just how pointless it is to fight with others, doesn't it? Feel free to buy one if you're looking for a good way to relax after what's happened here today. So who's the pink girl? I only just now noticed the one doll is not a... So you can see the Mishy, I can see the Pickard. I mean, I assume that's not the Kobold. Of a strange yet lovable creature. Yeah, because the Kobold's probably the things in between the Pickards. Do I have any clues as to who the culprit is? Oh, how sly. If you wish to imply that even a heartless criminal would stop in their tracks after hearing my music, yes. I don't recall their face, unfortunately. Simply because, to me, they were nothing but another member of my massive audience. I think it's safe to assume he doesn't know anything. Not only does his music sound like it's out of Legend of Zelda, all of his dialogue, he sounds like a Legend of Zelda NPC. From like the Orchard of Time, Majora's Mask era. Excuse me, you wouldn't happen to know if a young lady came in here searching for a wallet, would you? Ah, she was indeed here a few moments ago, but she's gone now. Where the hell is this lady, man? Unfortunately not. She did mention something about having no choice to rely on audios now, though. Does that help you out at all? I think there's only one place that could be. Shall we make our way to the church? That seems to be our best bet for now. Yeah, let's go ahead and talk to everyone in the market while we're here. Oh my, that stall over there's been brutalized quite badly. You're asking if I've seen the culprit? Who knows? I'm trying to pay any attention to things that aren't bees or honey. It could be anybody. Welcome. Feast your eyes on my wares and buy up. I have to admit, those tax increases are definitely taking their toll. I have to raise prices to make up for what I spend, which ends up costing me sales. What do you sell again? Nothing. Sell a whole bunch of nothing. I don't have the luxury of taking other people's situations into consideration when I gotta make a profit myself here. Right, I don't care who you are, come and buy something, anything! Do you say anything else? I'm fairly confident this wasn't perpetrated by bees at the very least. That's all I happen to know. Yeah, I like her. She's funny. Oh boy, now they've both lost the will to do anything. Kind of pathetic if you ask me. Being a merchant is all about learning through your failures. I'd start borrowing off Mira mirror off people to buy stuff and then sell all that to make a profit. That's what you gotta think as a merchant. But what if you don't buy and then you go into massive debt? Wanna buy my sausages? There aren't very many customers, are there? Not every year is going to be good, but it'd be nice if we could end the spring market without bitter memories of it. Oh, thank Adios my silk wasn't snatched by some sly scoundrel. Trying to make father relinquish his wallet to me once again. Ah, yes, just how much was it again? 300,000 mira? Or perhaps 400,000? Ah, no matter, I'll pay as much as is required, even if it means selling our mansion to afford it. What? What say we take a stroll down the highway, Clarice, near the monsters, and then I just happen to slyly push you into them and run away at Mach speed. I hear that Celtic has many beautiful sights to offer at this time of... Clarice, please don't ignore my desperate pleas. Okay, we'll save you merchant guys for later. I got a priest to talk to. There you are, lady. Oh, Adios, please have mercy on my poor soul. I simply cannot believe this. How am I supposed to live on, having lost all my mira in a place like this? It's like we found her. The tragic heroine act made it kind of obvious. Unfortunately, we'll have to interrupt her. Excuse me. Ah! Just who are all of you? Well, you can turn right around if you're planning on robbing me. I no longer have any... please calm down. We just want to ask you something. Are we correct in assuming that you are Annabelle? I am. Thought so. You wouldn't happen to recognize this wallet, would you? They showed Annabelle a wallet. That's my wallet. Where did you find it? We'll tell you if you give us 25% of what's in here. Well, you see, they returned the lost wallet. They should have made her pay some of the money back to us. Like, you can have half if you let us keep the other half. I'm surprised to hear that a merchant from the Grand Market kept it safe for me, however. Kindness remains within people's hearts after all, would seem. Yeah, looks that way. Regardless, I'm very grateful that you found it for me. Is there any particular amount that you'd like in return? 100,000 mira? You can take half. Oh, let's go. You can take half of what's currently in here if you'd like. I don't think we can accept it. Shut up, Reen. God, you being a goody two-shoes is gonna get us all killed. We need that money to survive? Your thanks alone are enough. I see. Well, how about this then? I purchased it as a souvenir at the Grand Market before the Great Wallet Search began. Oh, hey. I see no reason you can't accept that. In fact, I insist. I hope you'll find it useful. Thanks. We gratefully accept. You're very welcome. And again, thank you for finding my wallet. So you managed to find the owner after all then. Thank goodness. I can't really thank you enough. I'm glad that we could be of help. Please excuse us then. I'm glad you managed to find that wallet's owner. Thank you, really. Where is Chickadee at? Is she at the train station? Can I go on the train station? We can't go to the train station. Well, you know what? I didn't want to go to the train station. I guess let's go fight this monster? Okay. They won't let us leave yet, so we have to talk to the merchants. Never mind. It was west, or was it east? No, it's west. And that was the west, right? Yeah. Alright, what's up, bro? And to think I was ecstatic to finally participate in the famous Celtic Grand Market. What did I ever do to deserve this? Excuse me? You? I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to see me acting like that. I hope you can forgive me for my inappropriate behavior. He seems really down. It's quite understandable. He's a merchant in a busy market, unable to do business. So, what brings you here? Did you need something from me? Well, actually... Your money or your life, pal. Reed explained to him that he and his pals were investigating the truth behind what happened the previous night. You are investigating? That's right. We'd really appreciate it if you could answer a few questions for us. You might be able to help us find the true culprit. I suppose it can't hurt. It's better than doing nothing, at least. You don't have to sound so pessimistic. Well, can you blame me? You're students at a military academy. You're not exactly ace detectives. That is true, but we're still determined to find out who did this. We may even be able to recover your goods. Cooperating with us could prove quite fruitful. You don't sell fruit, do you? That wasn't in bad taste? Okay, fine. I never said I wouldn't help you, did I? I'm not sure I'm supposed to say anything, though, or what I'm supposed to say. It's not like I saw anything worth mentioning. Other than that strange guy who was doing strange things, strangely. You didn't? As soon as I made sure my stall was ready to open the next morning, I left everything set up and went home. The other merchants around here can vouch for that. I guess I shouldn't have left the stall unattended, though. By the time I got in, it was too late. The deed had been done. So by morning, the stall had already been destroyed and your goods stolen? Come to think of it, what goods were stolen exactly? Oh, I have a sample with me, actually. And accessories. Is this a brand that's popular in the capital? Been a real hit lately, yes. I was hoping to bring the fad here by selling them at the market. But this is the only one I have now. I dread to think how much money I lost in a single night. That damned coward sabotaging my business. It's much too early to be jumping to conclusions. Do you have any evidence that proves his culpability? Well, no, but, is belief, does that hold up in a court of law? He's clearly the prime suspect. He was so against the idea of taking turns sharing the spot with me, he decided he'd destroy my stall altogether. I just know it. Now, okay, the only way it could have been him who destroyed your stall would mean that you would have been the one to destroy his stall, unless he also destroyed his own stall just to get back at you, which seems highly unlikely. So it's either both of you are guilty or none of you are guilty, so I would not be accusing people if it was you, or if I was you. I'm going to get him to give you my goods back, no matter what it takes. But please try and stay calm. You do know that if you cause any more trouble, the provincial army really will arrest you, right? Yeah, I know. It's just a matter of justice. I can't just act like nothing ever happened. It's wrong on general principle. I'm begging you, please give my goods back, whatever it takes. Well, I can't promise success, but I swear to you, we'll do everything we can. That's as much as I can promise. I think that's everything this merchant knows. Let's try questioning the other one. Anybody else we didn't talk to? I think we talked to everyone here. Yeah. What the hell am I supposed to do now? Excuse me, I'm sorry to bother you, but could we have a moment of your time? You're those, kids from that academy, right? What do you want from me? I got nothing to sell to you, obviously. You know, I did have something to sell. I got no place to sell it. I'm basically ruined. And to top it all off, the provincial army and the damned other merchant are acting like I'm the one who did it. He's not taking this very well, is he? Hard to blame him, but we need to see if he knows anything that might help us. Well, you see... You're investigating this mess, huh? Okay. So would you consider cooperating with us? Sure, why not? No getting my hopes up, and as I'm sure you understand, but hell, I got nothing else left to lose. Not exactly a vote of confidence. Hey, he's willing to cooperate. I said we cut him some slack and hear him out. So about last night, at the time the incident actually happened? Last night, huh? I don't know how much help I can be if that's what you're asking about here. See, I left the market right after arguing with that merchant yesterday, and I didn't come back until this morning. I stayed over at a friend's place. Another merchant just got pissed drunk and ranted it at him all night. And you're certain of this? Positive, man. My hangover's fucking killing me. Ask my friend if you don't believe me. He'll back me up. Anyway, I wandered over here with an awful hangover this morning, and what I found gave me a hell of a start. My whole stall, in shambles. And as if that weren't bad enough, all the processed foods I was going to sell were just gone, without a trace. So the goods that were stolen were all processed foods? That's right, nuts, cheese, bacon, all foods that have a long shelf life, made with local ingredients. Seeing all my stuff gone really sobered me up quick, and it was like I hadn't been drinking at all. And that's when I went over to that fool's stall to make him pay for it. Why'd you go straight to him? Because he was the one who did it, of course. He smashed my stall so he could have that spot all to himself. But that doesn't make any sense. If Heinz did it, then why was his stall destroyed too? He must have done that to himself. Probably figured that if he destroyed his own stall, no one would believe he could be responsible. Yeah, but like, then he makes no money. And also his stuff was probably more expensive than yours in the first place, so he hurt himself more than he hurt you? I don't know, that seems pretty unlikely. It's a bit excessive? While I understand your frustrations, baseless accusations do no one any favors and only cloud the true issue. But it's so frustrating. I've lost so much money because of this, I might have to shut up shop for good. That is bad. I could at least get my goods back. Maybe I could salvage enough to stay afloat, but what are the odds of that? None of the other merchants saw anybody do anything, and the provincial army sure ain't about to help. And I'm finished, pure and simple. All the hard work I've put into getting this far, is this how my dreams end for me? Well, I'll be honest. I'm not sure how much we'll actually be able to do for you, but, well, we'll do everything in our power to help you find some form of closure. So, cheer up, okay? I do appreciate that, but again, I ain't about to get my hopes up. Good luck, though. That's all the two victims of this crime have to say, it seems. What does everybody think? I can't be sure, but I really don't think either of them is responsible. Both merchants certainly have adequate motive to damage the other's stall, but the chance of both committing the same crime on the same night without crossing paths is virtually nil. It's not impossible if they were just out to steal each other's merchandise, but I don't believe that's what happened. Both of them have alibis confirming that they were seen somewhere else when the crime took place. I'm inclined to agree. I just can't see either of these merchants being responsible for what happened. So we're going to have to look elsewhere to find viable suspects. Where though? I mean, who could have possibly done it? It's impossible to say right now. We don't have any solid leads. We know the culprit wasn't, but how are we supposed to start narrowing down who it was? This market itself seems unlikely to produce any further clues, so we should focus our attention elsewhere. Actually, there's one thing that's been bugging me. There's one group of people involved in the whole situation whose actions don't seem to make any sense. Maybe if we can work out the reasoning behind their strange behavior, we can come one step closer to finding our culprit. Who do you mean? I'm talking about the Provincial Army? The Provincial Army. They haven't done a thing to try and solve the crime, despite it happening right under their noses, and that begs the question, why not? The market manager said they're refusing to fulfill their role due to the tax issue, which means the Provincial Army should refuse to intervene in quarrels within the market as well. If that's the case, then why did they come and intervene this morning? Now that you mention it, that really doesn't make any sense. Their methods were atrocious, but the fact is, they brought the dispute to an end almost instantly. They did get involved. Yeah, one minute they're refusing to do anything, and the next they're taking a stand? It's definitely suspicious. My point exactly. There's definitely something unnatural about the way they're conducting themselves. And since we have no other leads, what do you say we go to the Army's guardhouse and take a look around? We might be able to learn something from them that could aid us in our investigation. That may be worth an attempt. The guardhouse isn't too far from here either. Let's head over there and see what we can find out. Can I go to the monster place first? Out of curiosity? Nope. Anyone else we're talking to? Have we gone to the Orbital place? I guess I can talk to people there and then we'll head to the Provincial Army. Can't believe someone actually trashed a merchant's stall. Bring that culprit to me if you find him. I'll give him a beating they'll never forget. I'll spank his bare butt back and balls. Renford Group's one of the largest weapons manufacturers on the continent, so most people just buy from them. Which means our smithy's just a place for keeping weapons and farming tools in working order. It's depressing, but that's the world we live in now. That's why I've decided to work with Orbans instead. Too bad Dad won't accept that, though. Can we do any slots? Nah. Well, these are actually pretty cheap. We could get that on you. Actually, let's get this on you. Oh, you can upgrade them? For pretty cheap, actually. I guess? I guess those are cheaper because they're single slot. They're like, you know, one type only. Let's see, what do we want to give you? Okay, treasure chests. I haven't found too much of a problem finding treasure chests so far. Granted, that doesn't necessarily mean we haven't missed stuff. Forte's not bad. Granted, we do have Motivate. But really, none of this other stuff is... You already have Earth Lance that I think we got from a chest off screen, I want to say. When I was making my way over to the monster fight from the previous video. Yeah, well, actually, plus 50 EP is pretty good. But I think we go Forte. Alright, let's, where are we on again? Already forgot? Oh, yeah, Provincial Army. Aren't you the students from that military academy, was it? What are you doing here? We're terribly sorry to trouble you, but we were hoping you might be able to help us with something. Oh, why are you guys so being weird? Could we ask you a few questions about the incident that occurred at the Grand Market this morning? What? What does that have to do with you? We're visiting this town on a field study of students of Thor's military academy, and we would very much appreciate the chance to see how experienced soldiers such as yourself handle difficult situations every day. Oh, she's a flatterer. This seems to be the perfect opportunity for an anecdotal case study and could prove most invaluable to our education if you'd permit it. Alright, stay here. I'll see what I can do. Persuasion success. It looks like I might be able to hear what they have to say for themselves after all. Nicely done, Laura. In times like these, we need to make good use of our positions. No one can fault a student for wanting to learn after all. But now comes the hard part. Oh, this makes me nervous. Let's just wait and see what we can get out of them. Remember, it's not always what they say that matters. It's how they say it, and even more importantly, what they don't say. Right. I hope you appreciate us taking time out of our busy schedules for this. Seriously, how the hell does he always have the frickin' mirror card whenever I have the advantage? This is bullshit. So what do you want? To make it quick, I'm a busy man, you know? He's not even trying to keep up appearances. Unbelievable. I'll be brief then. We came to discuss the incident at the market this morning. Would we be correct in assuming that the Provincial Army will be conducting no further investigation? Is that all you came here to ask? Is that all? Could the armed forces charged with maintaining peace in this region not be taking this matter more seriously? Laura, I'm not sure... You got a big mouth for someone your age. And it seems you have a lot to learn about how military units actually work. What do you mean? Let me ask you this. What should the #1 priority in the Provincial Army be in order to maintain the status quo? I'll tell you, the #1 priority should be to enforce the will of the region's ruling lord, Duke Alvarea. As members of the Provincial Army, the will of the nobility is absolute. We're just following our orders, protecting what we have a duty to protect. I assume you're referring to the local petition against the sales tax increase? So you're saying that as long as the petition isn't withdrawn, the Grand Market isn't something you have a duty to protect? Interpret my words however you want. We're soldiers, we follow our orders, that's how the military works. And we don't need some fresh-faced military academy inductees telling us how to do our jobs. Ah. This is nuts. Does he even have a tiny shred of shame? I was hoping we'd be able to get something out of him, but it doesn't seem too likely anymore. So, is that it then? Quick, Elliot, put them to sleep. Maybe they'll reveal something in sleep talking. I hope this has been enlightening. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a job to do. Get him, Elliot. Wait. Would you mind answering just one question? Elliot? Fine, ask it. Well... What are the 3 digits on the back of your Orbital credit card? Do you have any idea what might have happened to the goods Marco was handling? You know, that accessory merchant? All he had left was that one sample. What are you talking about? The merchant from the capital, Hines, was the one who was planning on selling accessories? Oh, he knows. Wait, what? What did you just say? What are y'all looking at me like that for? You shouldn't know that. How do you know that? I was under the impression you hadn't investigated the matter at all. How peculiar. We only discovered what each of the merchants was intending to sell a short while ago ourselves. Sir! We have our own ways of finding these things out. You do well not to underestimate us. Now, we wasted enough time answering your questions. We're leaving. It's old Elliot. You know, he's got a sharp noggin on him. Do you think the fact that they know what each of the merchants was selling means they did investigate the matter after all? But the burglary happened last night and was only first discovered this morning. Realistically, I don't think there was any opportunity during that time for them to do any digging, not without running into us. Agreed, I suspect they knew what each merchant was planning to sell well in advance of yesterday's incident. Though that would be easy information for them to learn, since Duke Alborea must have issued permits for both stalls. That's true, and the army would have no trouble getting access to transaction records or something like that. But why would they bother? Maybe they needed to know so they could prepare. Prepare for what? I get the impression that the incident at the market has been carefully planned out for a while now. I don't think those two merchants being given permits for the same spot was a coincidence either. It was probably done to get them to start fighting so they could get robbed while there was tension between them. Basically to create a situation that couldn't be brought under control without the army's help. So the two merchants are being used all along. It seems to fit perfectly with what happened this morning, and that was also that's been kind of my, what I've been expecting to happen, or kind of theory. Meanwhile, the provincial army has shown no interest in actively working towards a solution, unless the market manager chooses to withdraw his position, so they waited for things to get out of hand, then showed up to force both parties into an uncomfortable truce. Eventually, the merchants would get worn down enough they'd feel like they had no choice but to withdraw the petition. This has turned out to be an even shadier situation than I thought. Yeah, but thanks to Elliot, I do believe we finally uncovered the truth of the matter. That was indeed some very quick thinking you displayed, Elliot. You'd make a fine military strategist. I just got lucky, that's all. I will admit, Elliot, that is extra sus has been put on you for acting competent. It's like you have to find like a weird balance where if you're too incompetent, then I'm like, oh, that man's sus. But if you're too competent, then you're also sus. You have to find that perfect middle ground. So what we know is the provincial army is somehow involved with the actual perpetrators of this crime. The only way to solve it once and for all, though, seems to be, well, to find them and catch them. But if this was carried out by members of the provincial army, that's not going to be an easy task. No, I don't think anyone from the army was directly involved. The soldiers here are far too proud to dirty their hands with such escapades. I tend to agree. Really, whoever the culprits are, I doubt they're still here in Celtic. There aren't many viable places to hide such a volume of goods without them being found. Maybe a nature park. Yeah, that is a good point. Maybe they escaped by train? No, that can't be. Boarding a train with that much merchandise would raise suspicion for sure. It's been less than a day since the burglary happened, so they can't have gotten far. And we should ask around on the main roads and see if anyone saw anything out of the ordinary. Someone suspicious may have been spotted leaving or entering the town. That sounds like a wise course of action. Let's resume our search. We mustn't let this coward thief run free. I wouldn't dream of it. Can I go to the west area now? That's east. I know my directions. What are you talking about? You said go to the main roads. My drink's gone. My drink's all gone, dude. Wait, can I go on the... Do I have to go on the east road then? You said talk to people on the road. I guess they mean the road in town. Alright, what do you know, girlie? A hiss? Lulu, are you okay? Look what that nasty man did to her. Is something the matter? I was just chasing after Lulu near the west exit of town, and there was this weird man asleep along the side of the street. A weird man? The drunker we saw earlier, perhaps? But probably. The nasty smell coming off of him nearly made little Lulu faint. That's terrible. It really was. I don't know who he is, but I'll have to keep an eye on Lulu to make sure she keeps her distance from him. So he's not from this town, then. I'm not sure. I only started seeing him around a few days ago. I'd never seen him before that. Really, now that seems like a lead if I ever heard one. If he's drinking in the middle of the day and isn't Instructor Sarah, then we at least know he's not a merchant, at the very least. Yeah, I think we should go talk to him. Let's have a look near the west exit and see if we can track him down. Maybe that was like he was incognito the whole time and he's gonna be gone now? Or you just happened to maybe see something? Drink! Bring me another drink! What Look at you, this guy reeks. How much has he put down? It's only midday and he's already completely blitzed. I don't think this is the man we're looking for. I think you'd have trouble pulling off a robbery. Sir, are you alright? We can help you back home if you'd like. This is my home. Shut up! Leave me alone. I'm just a good-for-nothing who just lost his job. Looking after that nature park was for my whole life. Nature park? You kids ain't heard of it? Well, there a nature park. It's to the northwest of here. You should be a park ranger for old dump. And then you lost your job? Yeah, out of nowhere. Gave my life to that job and didn't. Then he just came and took it all from me. That damn official just showed up out of nowhere and told me I was shacked. You just can't take a man's livelihood off him like that. It's not fair. That job was my life. My life. Yes, we can see that. Something about this doesn't seem right. I agree. It hardly seems fair to take a man's job away from him without good reason. Right, I'm so glad somebody understands how I feel. There's no way a bunch of kids like that should get a better job than me. Bunch of kids, eh? Kids? I was drinking here last night too, see? Bunch of kids in ranger uniforms went walking out of town through the west exit. Weird thing was, they were carrying a bunch of wooden boxes too in the middle of the night. Kids these days, I swear. You don't think they could been nature park? I wouldn't even have considered it. But a park would no doubt provide a large enough area. It fits perfectly. Yeah, they'd have no trouble stashing the merchandise there undetected. Lock the entrance, leave a couple of lookouts, and no one would suspect a thing for a very long time. And a provincial official was the one to tell him he was fired. That's practically a smoking gun. Huh? I'd say something useful or something. I don't know what I said, but if I helped you out, why not buy me a drink? I would suggest you start trying to sober yourself up. There's a good chance we may be able to recover both your park and your job. What? We both know the next step. As soon as we're fully prepared, let's head out to Lunaria Nature Park. Right! And by head out to Lunaria Nature Park, let's go fight a monster? Those damn youngsters! They don't know who real work is. The ruler of a forest ruler of the forest. The ruler of the forest? It's deep in the forest. It's real scary. It'll be your chapter 1 boss fight. I've always been careful not to anger it. Well, you're only fine if you're like a professional like me. Sounds like quite the ferocious monster. Oh, Adios, please don't let us come across it. Yeah, let's try and fight this, or at least, I want to at least fight the monster once before we,
We should take a right here to reach the nature park.
No.
Right, let's go.
Oh, I was gonna try and thread the needle. I really don't want to fight you, sir. You don't really... That's the 5th form of the 8 leaves. Attack behind you. Attack. Okay, where's this monster? Is it in the nature park? Stone bridge leading to Heimdallar. I mean, here's a bridge. It looks to be made of stone. But I don't really want to go into the nature park. Maybe we missed it? Because the last time there was like an actual dot on the mini-map where you could see them. Like they had like a special red dot.
Watch out, guys!
They perfectly timed it.
Yeah!
Go!
I believe in you.
Let's keep moving.
I do like that when you run from fights, the monsters do just disappear. As opposed to, oh, there it is over there. I see it. You're not fast enough. Shut up, nerd. Oh yeah, I guess he does have a little red dot, but maybe you have to be close enough for it to pop up. May as well make sure she's at max HP. Our Link set up. Yes. Alright, let's go.
Be careful, this one looks strong.
Now, we do get a 0 art right off the bat.
My turn.
Now, unfortunately, it's not for who we want, but... You're weak to fire, so that'll be pretty good. And you're weak to earth. Pretty susceptible to everything. Seems like a fairly straightforward fight. We probably should have motivated, but it's hard to pass up the free instant burn potential. You can't be petrified. I mean, you can theoretically, but in practice you can't. I think we'd rather would just go for burns. Even though Earth Lance will probably do more base damage. Oh, I should have resounding beat it. I hope that's not gonna
Arcus activate.
cause too much issues. Okay, he's very slow. I mean, you could shoot it as well. How much do you do normally? Okay, 500. Unfortunately, we can't prevent this crit. Because nobody else has learned their frickin' S-breaks yet.
Not yet.
I mean, you could delay, but it doesn't really accomplish anything. Could heal. I don't think it's actually going to heal you enough.
Retreat.
No, don't run. I meant move. Run the old-fashioned way.
Fool.
A foolishly foolish fool. Yes, I'm going to say that every single time. I mean, you do have a ranged attack, so maybe we shouldn't... Or that seemed like a ranged attack. I think it's probably better to just save up CP for,
Hey!
later? Dude, why is Resounding Beat so good? Can it actually hit... It can hit all three, but... I mean, the range on it is just incredible.
Give it up, everyone.
Not yet.
Okay, so then you definitely heal yourself.
Arcus activate.
Give yourself the good old-fashioned double heal.
I can do this. Turn to flames. Burn! Go! I'll back you up.
Okay, so you resist kind of magic, it seems like.
Of course.
But, I mean, there's still some... The burn is destroying this man. Yeah, just regular attack for now.
Go.
The blind sucks. I want to keep you alive, though.
Arcus
At
activate.
least until you can ult.
Huh.
Now, I assume it's like
You have my thanks.
previous games and S-breaks can't miss. Trying to think. Do we want to do damage here? I think refresh the resounding beat.
Give it up, everyone. I can do this.
I think you go for the heat wave.
Right.
I guess firebolt since you're blinded.
My turn.
Okay, that hurt. Not gonna lie, but it's still fine. And we got two. Our RNG is crazy on these burns.
Huh.
You have my thanks.
I don't think you're gonna do 14,000. Okay,
Fool.
good dodge. You're still fine. So then you... Oh, you're barely... Wait, is it hitting her? Nah, it doesn't look like it. Well... I think it's missing. It doesn't look like she's not lighting up, so... What we could do... I mean, you're almost dead. I think with just a bit more damage...
Right.
If everyone firebolts... Okay, just heal her
Let's go.
for now.
Ha.
We can get at least one burn here.
Behold, my
Should do what, 1,000 or so? 1,400.
You have my thanks.
And then if you get a good come on, give me the burn, buddy boy. That might, it won't quite kill, but it'll be very close. Okay, now our RNG is kind of going back to normal now.
You have my thanks.
But yeah, we've pretty much
I can
won.
do this. Arcus activate.
He's dead. He just doesn't know that he's dead yet.
Huh? My turn.
Do we burn him? It looks like it.
Arcus activate. Ha!
You have my thanks.
My turn.
Now let's try Soul Blur,
Arcus activate.
just for something different.
Right.
That don't hit just in case you get countered.
Huh.
Okay, in hindsight, shouldn't have gone for that.
We should keep going.
We only got 0.1. Kind of surprising.
I did it.
Kind of figured we get like a bonus for like counters or something at least. Arc Slash, is that... That's not a... Oh,
I did it.
I just want to learn an S-break, dude. Molten Rain. Area large rains of burning arrows down onto enemies can unbalance. Okay, that seems kind of good.
I did it.
So that's like our first strong fight we beat on our first try. That's progress. Well, technically we beat the Beatles on our first try, actually. In hindsight, we shouldn't have committed so hard because it resulted in us using like way too many resources, which made both the Gargoyle fight and the Minotaur fight way more difficult. So, if going back, I wouldn't have committed so hard to winning the Beetle fight on the first try. Since it did. I think that's part of the reason why the Minotaur fight in particular was so hard. Was just because we didn't have much margin for error because we only had the one reviving bomb. Yeah, I guess we can turn this in and get our reward. We'll probably rest and then end the video. Oh, I see you've taken care of that monster. I really can't thank you enough. I'll have to let those who use the highway regularly know right away. Of course, first comes your reward for a job well done. Here, take this. Oh, thanks. I feel kind of bad receiving this much. I mean, it's not really that much. There's no need. You definitely earned it. Apologies for leaving all the work to you, but good luck with the investigation, too. Honestly, this is the one time where I'm like, I would have rather had the money. Because, we ain't got none, dude. Trails of cold steel, more like trails of poverty. Are you heading to the Lunaria Nature Park? My house happens to be close by there. The park itself is a rather deep forest, though, so even we make sure not to enter carelessly. That reminds me, isn't it closed for maintenance right now? I wonder when it'll open back up. Square ended up being more than fair to me with our trade. Oh, is dialogue actually updated everywhere? I managed to avoid being in the red thanks to that, at least. I really was silly, wasn't I? I'll have to take this as an important lesson. Listen up, used to be a major merchant that could give Otto himself a run for his money. You're destined for greatness if you heed my advice. I'm not falling for that again. I'll learn on my own from now on. Once I'm done, I'll make a name for myself in the grand market. This is my fault. I'm relying on other people to teach me the ropes. I'll learn on my own from now on, and once I'm done, I'll make a name for myself. Ho ho, little did he know that the key to being a merchant is staying strong and independent. Seems like he might have what it takes after all. He even has the resilience to listen to all my tales, too. Ho ho! This field study definitely seems like it'll be hard work for all of you. Here, take this, and hopefully it'll help you get through it. Oh, hey, thanks. Oh, these look delicious. Thank you very much. No worries. Take this recipe, too. It's nice and simple, so give it a shot sometime. Let's go. It's only 700 HP, but, you know, a heal's a heal. Here's KO. That could be kind. Well, we have no money. Did we get any mass out of that? We actually did get a little mass out of that fight. Okay, so Annabelle did not return. Alright, I guess maybe in the next video we will actually start things off with some talking with everyone. Since it seems like everyone's dialogue has updated. Time waits for no man. Gotta buy some seeds and get ready to start plowing the land. Let's see, do you guys say something new? Whores in the Grand Market thrives because people can do business there safely. All the problems lately might end up hurting that image. As much as those provincial army idiots annoy me, the worst part is seeing the Grand Market suffer like this. Ah, you fell for it. Susie's a dummy. Susie's a dummy. Oh, that does it. You're done for, Jake. And she gets out her gun. I can't believe it. That box just had a bunch of slugs in it. That does it. You're in for it now, Jake. Not again. Jake, you big dummy. Stop bullying her. You're really in for it now. Man, Susie's really easy to prank. Are all city kids like that? We're going to be reading the next issue of Imperial Chronicle, and it's going to be like, child murdered in Celtic. A 10-year-old boy was found dead in his bed late last night. Throat slashed. But alright, we'll go ahead and stop here. We'll kick off the next video by talking to everyone again, seeing what everyone has to say, and then we'll head to Lunaria. I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part. And bye, guys.